Over the last few years, Lakes has been enforcing a no eating in the commons rule. As it has been a very controversial topic here among students, we took the time to try and get to the bottom of why and how this rule came about.
The reason behind the rule of no food in the commons, actually it goes back to 14 years ago when the school was opened. That was the original rule, that we had no food in the commons. And then probably 4 years ago we opened it up for food again, but it was just a little too messy for my liking and for anybody's liking. And when the mouse showed up 2 years ago, that's when we decided that we needed to get rid of food in the commons. All right, in terms of the enforcement of the no food policy in the commons, I think during the day it's pretty well enforced. Every once in a while I'll see somebody munching on some pretzels or something, but we'll talk to them. Probably the biggest problem right now is after school. We have a lot of food in there after school. All right, is the rule fair for those kids who maybe don't have a lunch and their study hall is the only time they can eat? I think so. If they need a place to eat, we will find them a place to eat. Most kids who don't have a lunch, there's just a handful, usually eat in one of their classes during the lunch hours. And we've made arrangements so that teachers will take care of that.
How do I enforce the rule? A couple things. I yell really loud, put food away. I also yell no food in the commons really loud.
No food!
If I get my attendance done in a timely fashion, I'll walk around and just awkwardly stare at kids. Or at times, Mr. Onstead often pops his head over the banister and picks up whatever slack I'm missing and yells at kids too. I think for the most part, although I haven't collected any hard data, I think it's being enforced. It's being followed well, but kids, as always, find pathways of backdoorness to get in their food supply throughout the course of the day without adults seeing them. So that's probably something we could look into a little bit more to answer that question more solidly. I would never sit on any one of those couches. It is gross. The amount of food that's stuck in between there is disturbing. So for that reason, I would say it's probably a healthy choice that our administration has made the choice to get rid of commons in food because of the immaturity of people to clean up after themselves. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter.
I think kids do eat in the commons just because I don't know.
I feel like kids need to eat sometimes, so.
Sometimes I think people forget about the rule, but other times people just don't know.
I don't think the kids follow the rule because, if you gotta eat, you gotta eat, and they're probably just gonna hide in their sweatshirt or something,
Pretty often. I try to eat as much as possible. If you heard Mr. Phelan, he shouts no food pretty often, but I think we eat kind of all the time.
No, I really don't. There's a lot of people after school that eat in the commons when no one's around.
Yeah, a lot of kids eat in the commons.
I do not think people follow this rule because I see people eating in the commons all the time, and I eat in the commons all the time too, so.
I think the rule is useful because some kids have airborne allergies, so we want to keep those away from the students.
Well, when you do eat in the commons, you either get caught or you don't get caught. What you gonna do?
I don't think kids ever eat in the commons. I never see anybody.
So next time you're in the commons, remember these few tips. I'm Olivia Antony with Eagle Eye News.
I just don't understand.
No food in the commons!